Namaste, welcome back. We'll continue Balakanda Sarga3. So we started Sarga3 last week and we covered up to Shloka 18 or 19. We'll do a quick recap and we will go from there. First thing is that Vatmiki and Narada's conversation, the question was, is there a human being who can be considered as the model for the humanity? Narada answered yes, and then he said that it is Rama, and he summarized the life history of Rama for Vatmiki from Shloka 20 to 100. And he also conveyed what is going to happen from now onwards, Rama's kingdom, Rama Rajya. And after that, in the second Sarga, we saw that another incident happened, because you need to understand how these things unfolded into a grand plan of the first epic. Vatmiki witnessed a tragic incident of the Krauncha Pakshi, Krauncha Mithuna, and seeing the bird shooting, meaning shooted down, because of that sadness, a new form of communication has been developed. Words came out of Vatmiki's mouth in a particular form, Padabadha, Aksharasama, Tantrilaya Samanyuta. This is the three Lakshanas. Padabadha means there are 4 lines. Then Aksharasama means each of these lines has same number of letters. Tantrilaya Samanyuta means with a pitch, with a shruti in a veena, it can be sung. Maharshi felt, even though he was very upset, but what happened? He thought that I never intended to compose something like this. And this particular mode is good way of communication. But at the very same time, that particular sight he witnessed, he was very much worried and sad. So he went back to his ashram. And in the ashram, he had a vision of Brahmaji. Brahmaji directly came to him and he said, these incidents, first of all, his curiosity to know who is the ideal human being. Second is his conversation with Narada. And the third thing is the way he composed a shloka out of shoka. All these things are different steps in a grand narrative, because Brahmaji said, I selected you for a greater cause. What is that cause? You need to document the history of Rama, because the history of Rama is not the history of a human being. The history of the Rama is the word Dharmam Chara, or it's an interpretation of the entire Veda. The essence of the Veda is communicated through the life history of a human being so that people can relate to it. I told you in the introduction, if you say Satyam Vada to 1,000 people, maybe 5 people will get it. But if you explain that through the story of Harichandra, 95% of the people will get it. So the abstract principles, when it is expressed through the life of a character with flesh and blood, it is easily relatable to the masses. And that is why Vatmiki was chosen. And Rama's life is what he has to compose. And then Brahmaji blessed with Vatmiki with what? This particular shloka, the epic you are composing, you will get everything you need. This, whatever happened in Rama's life, Sita's life, and everybody associated with Rama's and Sita in the life history, it will reveal to you. It's not that whatever that is obvious, whatever that is not so relevant, what was not even expressed outside, more than what Narada explained to you, you will have a direct vision of the entire life of Rama. Not just that, you will have a vision of the future life of Rama so that you can compose that entire Ramayana. This was the blessing. And also, Brahmaji told Vatmiki, the shloka came out of you is an expression from the shoka. So the whatever that came out of the shoka is called shloka. And this particular means of communication is, is came out of you because of the blessings of Saraswati Mata, the goddess of knowledge, and with my own blessings for that grand mission. Another thing is that Vatmiki was blessed by Brahmaji, that as long as there is rivers and mountains in the world, this particular composition of you will spread again and again. And you will be given a permanent place in the Brahma Loka. Look at Ratnakara, who was born as a tribal person, secured the highest, was selected for the most divine work in the universe, and he was given the highest stature. So this is another message to tell you that it's not by birth, but it is by the deeds that you progress. And Vatmiki, with that divine sankalpa, he followed with a prayerful attitude. He didn't compose the Ramayana with an arrogant attitude. He composed the Ramayana with a prayerful attitude. What is that prayerful attitude? Oh God, I'm surrendering to your hand. Help me. And you saw he put the darpa, he prayed, offered water, stood in the eastern direction and start composing. In that composing, what happened? Vatmiki became just an instrument in the hand of that divine. Everything flew through him and he composed the entire Ramayana. And the style of our scriptures is that when you compose a mighty work, you try to summarize that, the essence of that scripture in the sutra form with a few shlokas, and then that will be elaborated. We talked about that in the Bhagavad Gita. So a summary of the Ramayana is given. So that is what we saw last week. Sorry, I'm trying to give a good introduction so that you can, it will be in your mind, because after studying Ramayana, we should have that sequence in the mind. So please try to keep this much in the mind. So let's continue. So we saw the story of Rama. Rama was born to the king of Ayodhya, Dasharatha. And we saw Dasharatha, Rama was born because of Putra Kameshti Yaga performed by Dasharatha. And Rama was growing up in Ayodhya, and he was taken to forest by Maharshi Vishwamitra for the Yaga Raksha, to protect his rituals. And he had to fight with multiple asuras. And from there, they went to Janakapuri, right? Janakapuri. And there he broken the Shiva Thanus, the bow of Shiva, and married to Sita. He got married to Sita. On the way back, there was an encounter with Bhargavarama or Parashurama with Sri Rama. And Sri Rama was very humble to the arrogant Bhargavarama. And Bhargavarama realized his mistake, and he asked forgiveness to Rama, and after that he went to Vindhyachala. And then what happened? Rama came to Ayodhya. Dasharatha wanted to make Rama as the king, but that got obstructed because of the intervention of Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi, who was deluded, interfered, and because of that, what happened? Rama had to go to the forest. So Rama and Dasharatha was extremely sad. Not just Dasharatha, the entire Ayodhya was so sad. And Rama went to the bank of Ganga and returned the chariot. And on the bank of Ganga, he met his friend, the Nishada Raja, the king of the tribals, Guha. And the beautiful encounter love between Rama and Guha is brilliantly explained. Later we will see in detail. And with the help of Guha, he crossed the Ganga river. And at that point of time, I made an observation, if you remember. Some people believed that crossing Ganga is a papa. These type of superstitions came to our culture. This is a direct answer to that. Rama crossed river Ganga. It is very well written in Valmiki Ramayana. And then after crossing Ganga, they met the sage Bharadwaja, and with his request, they went to a place called Chitrakuda, and stayed there. And at that point of time, King Dasharatha could not continue for a long time without Rama, and he passed away because of the grief. And at that point of time, Bharata was not there. He came back. He refused to take the leadership of the kingdom. So he said, I'm going to the forest and bringing Rama back. So with the help of Guha, he crossed the river, and Guha told him that he is there in the Panchavati. Sorry, not Panchavati, Chitrakuta. Remember, first it is Chitrakuta. And Chitrakuta, they came, and then actually Bharata informed about the problem, like Dasharatha's death. They did the rituals, and then Bharata asked Rama to come back. Rama refused, and finally the Padaka, the footwear of Rama, was given to Bharata. Bharata came back, and Bharata didn't go to Ayodhya. He put this footwear and put the Abhisheka. Actually, he crowned the footwear as Rama, and then he ruled the kingdom as a representative of Rama, as a proxy of Rama. And he didn't want to enter into the Ayodhya. He stayed in a village called Nandigrama. Rama realized that now staying in Chitrakuta is not good for the eco balance of the forest, because a lot of people may come. Already it was disturbed by the coming of Bharata and others. So I need to move away to the deep forest. So he went into Dandakaranya, that deep forest, which is in Maharashtra, Nagpur area. So that area he came in, and first he has to face a demon called Viratha. He had to destroy that. And after that, he met several sages, Sudikshna, Sharabhanga, Atri, and Anasuya. And Devi Anasuya has given a lot of ornaments to Sita Devi. These ornaments were gifted to Anasuya by some devas or somebody. So those ornaments were given, and they met Agastya. And because of Agastya's instruction, they went to Panchavadi and stayed there. That much we saw. Any questions? Okay, so now let's continue to the next set of shlokas. From shloka 20 onwards, let's continue. So we covered up to shloka 20 of the Sarga3 of the Balakanda. Again, this is just a summarization of the entire Ramayana. So in Panchavati, in Chitrakoot, Panchavati, what happened? So the first thing is that Shurpanakyascha samvadam Virupakaranam tatha Vadam Karat Trishirasthanam Ravanasya cha. So what happened was Shurpanaka's Angacheda happened there. We talked about this earlier a lot. Shurpanaka came in, requested Rama to marry. She was not, meaning nobody did Angacheda on her because of that. Why that incident happened? Because she tried to kill Sita. Immediately Lakshmana has to interfere, and that is why the Angacheda has happened. So Shurpanaka went back to her relatives, Khara, Trishiras, and Dushana. This is what the three demons, three Rakshasas, and all of them came to fight with Rama. And what happened? Rama single-handedly destroyed all these asura, all these demons. So Shurpanaka again got very upset. She went to Lanka and she she cried in front of Ravana. And Ravana got very upset, and Ravana came to Maricha. That is the next sloka. So Ravana requested Maricha. So what? Um, like you need to move Rama away so that I can take Sita Devi away from the Rama, Lakshmana, and everyone. So at that point of time, Maricha tried to discourage Ravana. Later, in the Aranyakanda, you see, when this incident happens, Maricha says to Ravana that don't try to fight with Rama. Why? Because Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. Rama is an embodiment of Dharma. That is where that famous utterance is coming in. But obviously, Ravana was not ready to listen any of these words. So as a result, he said, you have two choices. Either I'm going to kill you or you wanted to go and take Rama away. So Maricha thought, why should I just get killed with the hand of this evil person? If I get killed with Rama's arrow, at least I will get some sadgati. So with that, he went to Panchavati and pretended, took the form of a deer, and Sita wanted to get that deer, and Rama went after the deer, and after some time, Rama didn't come back. At that point of time, Sita wanted Lakshmana. At that time, there was a cry because, oh, Lakshmana, Sita, help me, in the sound of Rama. So Sita asked Lakshmana to go. Lakshmana said, nobody can kill my brother. At that time, Sita said some very harsh words to Lakshmana, which she should not have spoken. Hearing that, closing his ears, Lakshmana went to search Rama. And after that, he met Rama. He said, why did you come? And at that point of time, Lakshmana said, I couldn't bear that words, so I had to come. So both of them ran towards the like Parnashala, and they found Sita was missing. Ravana had already kidnapped Sita. That Sita Abharanam happened. So Ravana took Sita. Actually, there is a lot of details which we will see later. So at that point of time, they realized, okay, Ravana has taken Sita, and they tried to look after Sita. So first thing is that they met Jatayu. So what happened was, when Sita ji was taken by Ravana, Jatayu, who is a friend of Rama's father, Dasharatha, he tried to stop Ravana, and Ravana took some time. Ravana was really attacked by Jatayu, and finally he used the Shivathanus, the sword given to Ravana by Lord Shiva, called Chandrahasa. All that story I'll tell later, how Ravana got that sword, Chandrahasa, etc. How Ravana became a devotee of Shiva, etc. We will see later. But with the Shiva's Khadga, Jatayu was attacked and Jatayu was fallen down. Rama met Jatayu. So Jatayu was actually died after telling the truth to Rama. And Rama did the samskara of Jatayu and moved further down. And on the way, they met another asura called Kabandha. All this, because earlier it was Viratha, now it is Kabandha. So Kabandha was destroyed by Rama, and Kabandha was given moksha, and Kabandha told Rama to go and meet Shabari, who is Dharmacharini. So Rama went ahead and met Shabari. That meeting was really, really great. Shabari was again like by birth, she was very low person, but by deeds, she was better than most of the other people. So Shabari, actually, Rama had great happiness seeing Shabari. And then Shabari told him, go to the bank of river Pamba and meet Sugriva and Hanumanji. So Rama went again further south, And at that point of time, on the bank of river Pamba, he met Hanumanji. Hanumanji came in the form of a brahmachari, and Rama was immediately attracted to him, and Hanumanji also was immediately attracted to him. And that conversation took Rama in front of Sugriva, and Sugriva was also equally in a very difficult stage. His actually wife was kidnapped. His kingdom, meaning he was taken, driven out of the country. So he could stay in only one place called Rishyamukhachalam. So Rama said, promised, okay, I will kill Bali and make you the king and get your wife back. Remember? So Griva's wife was kidnapped, Rama's wife was kidnapped. Both of them were in the same boat. So Rama promised to Sugriva, I will get your wife back to you. And then Sugriva promised, I will get your wife back to you. But Sugriva was not convinced 100% of Rama's ability. So he said, you need to prove your strength. So there were two tests he has given. One is there were five Sala Vriksha, like big trees, which Bali used to punch. And when Bali punch, these Sala Vriksha used to, it used to shake. Nobody else can touch it. So Sugriva's request to Rama was, can you shoot one arrow which pierced through all these five trees? And Rama did one arrow that pierced all the five trees, and not only the trees, even the next mountain was pierced, and the arrow came back. And the entire universe was like shivering. Sugriva got convinced. And the second test was, there was the head, like the skull of the Asura Dundubi was lying down. Bali took this Dundubi and threw away. So the ask was, can you use your thumb and throw, meaning like throw this skull away? Rama with easily like just did that, and the skull was disappeared. So Sugriva was convinced, and after that Bali was killed, and Sugriva was made king, and then the rainy season came. So Rama said, let the rainy season over, and then we will go and search for Sita. So what happened was, Sugriva actually completely forgot his promise, and he started enjoying the kingdom and everything. So actually, the way Vatmiki described here is, Kopam Raghava Simhasya Belanupa Samagraham. So Raghava Simha means the lion of Rama. Rama got angry. Angry means is always in control. It's not an uncontrolled anger. So Rama said, you have to keep your word. And immediately Rama's face changed. Sugriva realized his mistake. And then what happened? He sent monkeys all over the world. And then Rama knew that actually the set of monkeys going to the southern side, they are going to be the most critical one, because already Jatayu said that Ravana has taken Sita on the southern direction. So he gave the Anguli to actually Hanumanji, and also he gives some Atayala Vakya. Atayala Vakya means some incident he said. So if you narrate that incident, it can relate to Sita. So all these monkeys reached actually the mountain, the near the ocean, near Rameshwaram, and they actually stuck there. At that point of time, Hanumanji jumped and crossed the ocean, inspired by Jambava, because Jambava Dharma is very important. And on the ocean, he had to face some temptation as well as some obstacles. So Simhika, there is a demoness who kill people by holding their shadow. Hanumanji destroyed them. And then there was a front, Mainaka mountain came up. Mainaka said, you stay here and rest sometime. And Hanumanji said, like, when I'm going for Rama's cause, there is absolutely no rest. So he moved on, And then Surasa came in. Surasa means the king of the mother of Nagas, to test Hanumanji's speed, intelligence, and skills. So she asked Hanumanji to enter into her mouth. Hanumanji grew big. Surasa opened her mouth bigger. Finally, what happened? Hanumanji did the trick. He just actually became very small and entered into the mouth and came out. So Hanumanji was blessed by Surasa, seeing her speed and skill, everything. And finally, Hanumanji reached Lanka. And in the Lanka, he tried to move everywhere, tried to see, looking for Sita. He couldn't find. And finally, he found that under the Ashoka Vatika, that is where Sita Devi was there. So he met Sita Devi, and he also saw Ravana there, because Ravana came and threatened Sita. So he see that. And actually he noted that one Rakshasi called Trijata. Trijata was the daughter of Vibhishana, and this Trijata was actually telling Sita and telling her that it's okay, Rama will come. And she narrated about a dream. And what was the dream? The whole Rama and army comes here, destroys Ravana, take you back. That gives some consolation to Sita. At that point of time, Hanumanji dramatically appeared in front of her. How? Because he stood in a tree and started chanting the name of Rama. And initially, Sita Devi was skeptical. She thought that, okay, this is the Maya of Rakshasa. So she thought that, okay, Ravana is fooling me. No, Hanumanji said, no, I am Ramadasa. And he showed the ring, and also he said, like, the story, the Atayala, he said. So Sitaji was convinced. Hanumanji took the message back, and Sita Devi has given her Chudamani jewel. And then an Atayala Vakya also was given, like an incident she narrated. And then Hanumanji said, okay, now I accomplished the first mission, but I have to give a warning to Ravana. Also, I need to understand what is the strength and strategical positions of Ravana's army. So he started destroying this Ashoka Vatika, and he started killing all the people around there. And Ravana sent multiple people, and all of them were killed, including Aksha Kumara and many of their generals. Finally, Indrajit came in, Ravana's son, and he put Brahmastra, and Hanumanji just surrendered in front of Brahmastra with a desire to see Ravana. So Hanumanji was brought into Ravana's court, and Ravana's court, what happened? Hanumanji gave the message. Ravana said, you meaning to put fire on his tail. And what Hanumanji did, he destroyed the entire Lanka and came back. And after that, what happened? They went back. They were very happy. Met Sugriva and Rama, and the entire army came back to the ocean. Rama prayed to the ocean, and initially ocean didn't come. So Rama has to take his bow and arrow. You see a lot of life lessons here. We'll see this later when we study the actual portion. And then the Varuna Devata blessed, okay, the Nala and the Nila, they will be able to build the Rama Setu. So they built the bridge, and through the bridge they came in, and there was a huge battle. And in that battle, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Meghanada, everybody was destroyed. And finally, the victorious Rama actually took Sita back, and finally he made Vibhishana as the king of Lanka. And then finally they came back to Ayodhya in Pushpaka Vimana. Pushpaka Vimana, that was the plane of Ravana, the Vimana of Ravana. So finally he came to Bharadwaja Ashrama, and then in the Bharadwaja Ashrama, he sent Hanumanji to tell obviously Bharata, and then Bharata came to know, and by that time Rama, Lakshmana, Sita, everybody came to Ayodhya. So in Ayodhya, Rama actually came back, and the entire Ayodhya was so happy. And then what happened? Ayodhyayascha gamanam, Atane samagamam, Ramabhisheka abhyudayam, Sarva Sainya Visarjanam. So Rama Abhisheka has happened. The coronation of Rama was happened. And then what happened? Rama became the king of Ayodhya, and he did the ideal kingdom. Ideal kingdom. Anagadam chayat kinchidadvasya vasudhale. So Rama's rule, like, was the ideal rule. And then what happened? Actually, whatever happened after that, Valmiki could see that in a future tense. So he wrote everything, and that is the summary of Ramayana. So with this, we completed Sarga 3, and this, whatever we covered in the last 2 sessions, is a summary of the entire Ramayana. Now, from Sarga 4, Sarga 4 is going to give a little bit of structure of Ramayana, like how many shlokas are there, how it is distributed, and after that, the story is going to start. As I said, this is the first narration of Ramayana. Now, next week, what we are going to do is we are going to pause Valmiki Ramayana, and we are going to fill in a couple of concepts from the other Ramayana, like the Adhyatma Ramayana and the Tulasi Ramayana and Kamba Ramayana. We are going to give a little bit of other narrations of Ramayana, and then we will pick up the thread from here and continue with the story of Rama. But at least the major incident I said, please note down: Rama's birth, Rama going to Vishwamitra's Yagaraksha, Rama, Vishwamitra, and Lakshmana going to Mithilapuri, breaking the Shivathanus, getting Sita. On their way back, their encounter with the Bhargava Rama. Then the next incident is their Vichinna Abhishekam. The Raja Abhishekam got obstructed by Kaikeyi. Rama's meeting with the Guha on the bank of river Ganga. Rama's meeting with Bharadwaja, and Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita staying in Chitrakuta. Dasharatha's departure, Bharadas coming to Chitrakuta, and he is taking the Padaka back, going back to Ayodhya, living in the Nandi Gran. The next one is Rama is going to Dandakaranya. First, he has to encounter with Viratha, and after that, he met several sages: Sharabhanga, Sutishna, Atri, Anasuya, and Devi Anasuya gifted a lot of ornaments to Sita. Then meeting with Agastya, and Agastya gave a lot of weapons and the warfare, art of warfare to Rama. And then what happened? They settled in Panchavadi. So at that time, what happened? Shurpanaka's Angachenda, Khara Trishura Dushana's war, and then Ravana's conversation with Maricha, and the golden deer coming and taking Rama away, kidnapping of the Sita, encounter of Ravana with the Jatayu, and Rama's meeting with the Jatayu, and then Rama's meeting with the encounter with the Kabantha, Rama's meeting with Shabari, Rama's meeting with like Hanumanji, then the Sakya, the promise given by Sugriva, Rama's test to show his strength, the Bali's killing, and coronation of Sugriva, Vanaras going to all the places, like in the ocean, inspired by Jambava. Hanumanji crosses the ocean. On crossing the ocean, first he has to meet with Simhika, he has to meet with Mainaka, he has to meet with Surasa, he landed in Lanka, and finally he saw Sitaji in the Ashoka Vatika, he saw Ravana, and his Hanumanji's encounter with Sitaji, destruction of Lanka, Hanumanji's conversation with Ravana and Kumbhakarna, burning of the Lanka, returning of Hanumanji, the entire monkey army moving to the ocean, Rama's prayer to ocean god, then the Setu Bandhana, the battle of Lanka, and winning back the Lanka, coronation of Vibhishana, coming back to Ayodhya, and coronation of Rama, and Ramarajya. This is the summary of Ramayana. That's it.